adults. But then, there are things that we call, there is difference between symptom and then with signs. And in layman term, what we call symptom is what a patient tells you. But then
Okay.
as a doctor, you still have to look for your signs.
Okay.
And that means even with ear discharge and things like that. So it's still the same symptom that one see, but then one shouldn't just stop at when you see all these fever. Fever could be caused by so many things. Headache could be
Exactly.
caused by so many things,
Exactly.
and then
That's
when you see ear discharge, but then
mm,
that's saying when I see this kind of thing, my ear is paining me. I touch my ear, it's so painful. I'm seeing discharge. It should lead you to a point of going to the hospital and let
yeah.
the doctor, who is an expert in this, make a final diagnosis for you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know. Is it that you have something else to say, or I should just proceed?
Oh, okay. So basically, hygiene is we should emphasize hygiene.
Okay.
It's very essential. We should emphasize hygiene, especially in children. It's because they can't talk, and
Okay.
then caregivers of babies, we must have a high level of suspicion. We
Okay.
must have a high level of suspicion. We must be very
Alert.
detailed. Must
Mm.
be very detailed because they can't talk. So the
Okay.
best they can give you is to just do things, cry excessively.
Mm.
A baby that always play very well, laughs with people before,
Everyone
then
just
suddenly goes uh,
calm.
into hibernation. So you
Mm.
need a high level of suspicion, which is very essential.
Okay. 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 All right.
Yeah.
Before I proceed, okay, I have another question as regarding food intake. Are there foods or something one can take that can cause ear infection? Like, are there things that shouldn't be eaten or something?
Yes, there are cases. There are cases of allergies too.
Okay.
There are cases of allergies too. Yeah. So, but then what Mr. A will be allergic to is different from what Mr. B will be allergic to.
Okay.
But then there are cases of allergy causing ear infection too. So it's a
Okay.
possibility too.
All right. All right. Okay, so let's
Yes.
talk about the other time you quickly talked about diagnosis, but I still want us to discuss around that side now. Okay, there
Okay.
okay, the diagonizing and the aspect of treatment. What do you have to say as
Okay.
regarding that? Yes.
Okay, when you go to your doctor with complaint for ear infection, okay, there's something we call an otoscope.
Okay.
So the doctor wants to look into your ear with an instrument, put it inside the ear, then look at your your middle ear to the want to look at your tympanic membrane. This is the intact, what's really happening. So more the otoscope is just like more like, since I can't see into your ear
Okay.
directly with my
Yeah.
eyes, there's no how because of the structure of the ear.
Okay. Yeah.
So there is an instrument that I can put inside and speak clearly. So with
Okay.
that, the doctor knows the next step to take. And for the treatment, as I said earlier, I said most of these things they resolve spontaneously within
Okay.
2 to 3 days. Even without treatment, you can this thing can resolve. Uh, but there are cases of, but then there are cases where you have to take drug. But then care is always taking in taking drug because he, an antibiotic will not cure what is caused by a virus,
Virus.
because
Yeah.
a virus will not is not susceptible to a bacterium. So we want to be careful, and then in use of antibiotics just like that could lead to antibiotic resistance. So
Resistance.
the basic
Okay.
thing is you go to the hospital, the doctor wants to see what's really happening in your hair with an otoscope, and then he knows based on the cause of the ear infection from your conversation with him, from the history he takes from you. He knows
Okay.
whether it's something that he can give you a an antibiotics for, or any other thing or at best, when the pain is too much, they want to give you a pain reliever, something that could bring down the pain. Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right, all right. That's fantastic. Okay, so what's your advice to everyone out there listening to us as regarding ear infection, especially parents with kids?
Okay. I think my advice would be that number one, you must know that health is not just a state of absence of disease. Health is not just I don't have malaria or I don't have fever. When you look at the definition of health by the World Health Organization, it says that health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. So, and not merely the absence of disease. So, we must know that our health cuts across three basic pillars. That's
Okay.
our physical health, our social health, and the mental health. These three are important, and as parents, we should try and take care of our kids along these three lines. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Nicholas, for joining me live on the show this morning.
Uh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes, thanks for the
Thank you very much.
privilege.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Nice having you on the show this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Alright, guys, we've heard it all from my guest this morning, Dr. Nicholas, as we discuss issues that has to do with ear. We focused on ear infection this morning. Okay, and to my listeners out there, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for clicking the link. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Like I always emphasize, your health is wealth. Health is wealth. Our health determines our productivity. Our health cut across the physical, the emotional, and the mental health. So you can say you are healthy when any part of this is in trouble or is at stake. So it's very important for us to pay rapt attention to our health. Okay, Tea Talk Show continues tomorrow morning 9 a.m. with another episode. It says let's discuss mental health plan. Mental health plan. So tomorrow's show is about mental health. How do we make plans as regarding mental health? So it's not just what you think, because there are much more to that topic tomorrow. And how are you going to discover that? You can only discover that when you decide to click our link tomorrow morning, when you decide to join us on the show this morning. Once again, thank you so much for joining in, and I really hope we've picked one or two things on today's episode. This is where we'll be rounding today's episode on My Health, Your Health. Don't forget to join me tomorrow morning 9 a.m. for another episode, and don't forget that every first and last Sunday evening 7 p.m. is the Love Me Jeje show, meaning that this Sunday is the last Sunday in March, and it's another Love Me Jeje show. And this episode for this month is on Love Gist, whereby I host couples to come and discuss their love stories. So you can't afford to miss this episode on Sunday evening 7 p.m. as I host another amazing couples, Mr. and Mrs. Damilola Oluwomi. I'll be having them on Sunday 7 p.m. So you can't afford to miss any of this episode. Once again, thank you so much for joining in. I remain your friend Sanusi Rebecca. Titila, you have a wonderful day, and see you tomorrow morning 9 a.m. Bye. Thank you, listeners, for joining us live into this program. See you next episode. Live on today's program. See you next episode.